Good morning, class. Now, today we are going to start with the explanation of second chapter in course book, that is Peep Meets a Convict. Now, today I am going to explain you this lesson, Peep Meets a Convict. This is a story about a boy named Peep whose mother and father are dead, and he lives all alone with his sister who was married to blacksmith. This story is written by Charles Dickens. So let us now go through the story. My father family name is Pirip. His father family name was Pirip, and my first name Philip. His name was Philip. But as a child I could not say either, so I called myself Peep. But as a child I cannot say this name, so I called myself Peep. He called himself Peep, and then so did everyone else, and the name which was called by himself was taken by others also. I say that my name is Pirip because that's what is written on my father's tombstone, and it is what my sister told me. This is the name what my sister told me, and it is written on my father's tombstone. My sister is married to the blacksmith. His sister is married to blacksmith. Blacksmith is a person who creates tool and object out of metal. We lived in a marshy area down by the river. We lived in a marshy area, that is a wetland area, where some small plants are covered, down by the river, a few miles from the sea, that is few miles away from the sea. One day I stood in the churchyard and looked over my parents' tombstone. One day he stood in the churchyard and looked over my parents' tombstone. You can all see this picture. At the dark flat wilderness beyond the churchyard, the marshes were crisscrossed. There were many marshes, that is a wetland area covered with small plants, were crisscrossed with ditches and mounds. In the distance, I could see the grey line of the river. In the distance, in a bit far, he could see a grey line of the river, and then far away the sea. It was a cold day. It was a cold day. The grey land and the grey sky made me feel sad. Both the grey land and the grey sky made him feel sad. I suddenly realized that I was an orphan. Orphan means a child whose parents are being dead. He thought that he was an orphan, and I began to cry. He began to cry. Hold your noise, cried the terrible voice. There was a different voice came from there. The different voice that came from there was very terrible. And said the words were there, hold your noise. It came from a man who had just stepped out from behind a gravestone. It was a voice of a man. Keep still or I will cut your throat. He said, keep still or I will cut your throat. This man was frightening. He was dressed in a rough grey clothes. And he had a big iron chain on his leg, as you all know what is the chain. He was escaped convict. Convict means a prisoner. He was escaped from prisoner. His shoes were broken and he had an old rag tied round his head. Old rag means an old type cloth tied around his head. He was dirty from being soaked in muddy water from the ditches. He was covered in scratches from nettles and stone. He limped and shivered and growled and growled. His teeth chattered in his head and seized me by the chain. His teeth chattered in his head. We have turned the page here. Oh no, this is the man who has been described here. Oh no, don't cut my throat, sir. Peep said, don't cut my throat, sir. I pleaded in terror. He was very afraid of him. Tell me your name, said the man. Quick. Tell me your name, said the man. Quick. He said, quickly tell me your name. He said, Peep, sir. He replied to him. Once more, said the man, staring at me louder. He was staring at the boy. He said, tell me your name louder. Peep, peep, sir. The boy replied, peep, peep, sir. Show me where you live, said the man. He was shouting at that boy. Point out the place. Show me where you live and point out the place. I pointed to where our village lay, a mile from the church. The man looked at me closely. Then he turned me upside down. He turned me ups and downs and emptied my pockets. He was checking all my pockets. There was nothing in them but a piece of bread. What did we find there? We find the piece of bread in her pocket. The upside down view of the church righted him itself when he placed me high on a high tombstone. I sat trembling while he ate the bread ravenously. He was eating faster because he was very hungry. Now look here, said the man. Where are your parents? There, sir, said I. He said, after eating the bread, he asked the boy, where are his parents? He said, there, sir. The man jumped and made a short run. The man jumped and he made a short run, but then he stopped and looked over his shoulders. There, sir, I timidly said, pointing to the tombstone. He showed where his parents were. Oh, said the man, so who do you live with? The man asked the boy, who do you live with? If I let you live, he said, if I let you live, which I haven't made up my mind about, if I said you live, because he wanted to kill him, and he was asking him, if I let you live, I haven't made my mind that I will let you live. My sister, sir, Mrs. Joe Gargi, wife of Joe Gargi, the blacksmith, sir. He said, my sister's name is Mrs. Joe Gargi, who was married to a blacksmith. Blacksmith is a person, as I already told you, who creates tools and objects out of metal. Now here we end today. After that, we will continue tomorrow. Now, homework for you all is to read this chapter and ask if there is any doubt. Thank you.